Hello, Kosmas. Could you please give an introduction about yourself?
So I am an up-and-coming entrepreneur. I have delved into the field of finance and business. Ever since joining
Mhm.
Hustlers University, I've changed my life completely, and I've only been in for less than a year. So from my diet, from my everyday life to starting my own company with a very close friend of mine and investing every single dollar I have.
Cool. I see you have a long-term vision. Could you say 1 year is a short amount of time? For some people, that would be long. But yeah, that implies long-term thinking. Is that something you've always had in your life? And how have things developed for you then with the business and finance side?
In terms of my vision, I was brought up with very strong morals and ethics as a young boy in Australia, but I come from an ethnic background. I am Greek, and
Mhm.
my father is a very hard man. So from a young age, I have been taught various values and the way I should think. And I see my father as a key individual in my life, like Andrew would have seen his father.
Mhm.
And ever since delving into the Tate's vision for the world and also for their following, I really got accustomed to their values and their ethics because it's similar to mine, if not the same. So that
Cool.
long term thinking has always been instilled in me because I was taught you have to work hard from a young age, otherwise you'll never make it.
And then how did that translate to your business and finance ventures?
In terms of finance, I delved into that after realizing that I worked so hard to make my first 100,000 working with my physical hands and doing multiple jobs. And after that, I realized that there was a way to multiply it and started with the stock market. So I started that before joining the real world. Sorry, well, Hustlers University. And then once joining, Professor Adam opened my eyes to the field of finance and completely changed my investing life. So, in terms
Mhm.
of finance, I think completely differently to what I used to, and my capital a is an example of that.
Sure.
And in terms
Okay.
of business,
Sorry for cutting you off. I think a good way of proceeding would you be able to break down, if as much as you remember, doesn't have to be exactly month by month, but from when you joined Hustlers University till now, what was the journey like there in terms of what did you implement from lessons? How did that translate to what you were doing? Just again, everything you remember from joining. Would you be able to explain?
yep, from the moment of joining, it was a big wow factor. Would be the first. If I had to put it in one word, it'd be wow. Because upon joining, I joined multiple different courses and then went through each one in the introductory section and then just found which really honed in into what I wanted to do, which was obviously finance. And then once doing that, I found that there was over 100 lessons in Professor Adams' course, which was pretty daunting. But once I started getting through it, it was opening my eyes into things that I had never looked at and things in finance that I didn't even know existed. So it gave me a drive to finish it. And I believe if you start something, you should finish it. So that took a few months to complete as I was still working and still working at the time. And it was daunting, I will be honest, because I didn't know a lot of the stuff, but it was very it was very easy to understand because the professors and the captains inside the courses gave you the time of day. So I would literally be in the gym and I would be on a treadmill sometimes and do a course or do a lesson. And I would probably get it wrong about 10 times or 5 times, and I'd continue to do it until I got it right. So once I passed the masterclass, I then started developing my own systems in investing. And progressively, I would invest alongside Professor Adam. And I started with something small in the beginning because I was happy with losing that amount of money with the knowledge that I had at the time. And then going completely from that to investing tens of thousands of dollars, which has now increased and more than tripled.
Or and yeah, in total, then how much is it that you've made that you can relate to Hustlers University?
As of today, with just the crypto investing course, it would be between 60 to 70,000 easily.
So
Now, the
very
reason why
substantial.
I don't give an exact figure is because being taught by Professor Adam, I don't actually know how much I'm worth. I don't look at my net worth.
Yeah, fair enough. Once
So,
again, looking into future.
yeah, I don't look at my net worth. I just know percentage wise, looking on charts, that's what that asset has done in that period of time.
Or okay, very fair. And any other ventures you're involved in that you could speak about?
Yes, so I've also got my own digital marketing company and business consulting business. That's all in one. I thought of encompassing, this was before Andrew and the team developed the Business Mastery Campus, where Professor Arno has business in a box. I sort of tried to implement that myself, but not knowing obviously that you guys would do something like that. So I implemented Professor Andrew's digital marketing course and created my own sort of mix in a sense. And I started that last year in August with a very old friend of mine. And he basically is the digital marketer, and I'm the business consultant and the salesman. Now, that business itself has done between $6,000 to $9,000 in revenue.
Hmm. So also very solid. Getting something which is generating income, which can scale, and then that you can invest into other ventures as well, or do whatever you want with. So sounds very good. And with that friend, why did you decide to open a business specifically with them? Just wondering, what do you look for in a partner you want to start a business with?
He's the only, or one of the only people that I could trust in terms of I've known him ever since I was born. I believe in what both Andrew and Tristan portray in terms of if you're going to do business, why not do it with someone that you know or someone that you've known with your whole life or spent a lot of time with? Why go out there looking for someone that you don't know and trying to find
Mhm.
the traits in them when you know someone already enough? And I do trust him. And in all honesty, I've known him ever since I was born. So we have that mutual respect with each other. And I know that he won't snake me. I won't snake him. He won't take a dollar. I won't take a dollar. And it's the whole point of keeping the friendship and keeping the brotherhood between us because, as Andrew, Tristan, and everyone knows, that's very hard to come by.
Mhm. Exactly. So you're very fortunate that you have someone like that in your life.
I am very
Uh,
fortunate to have a few
Very cool.
people like that in my life.
Very- Okay. And I remember at the start, you said your life has substantially changed. So, how different is your average day now compared to before you joined Texas University?
Well, put it this way, I used to weigh close to 90 kilos. I couldn't fit in a size 34 pants anymore. And now I fit in a size 28. I weigh in excess of between 65 to 70 kilos, and that's nearly pure muscle. So that's the fitness journey. In terms of health journey, I fast for 24 hours a day. Sometimes I don't drink water during the day.
Reason for
I
that?
used, sorry,
Reason for that? Is that mentally?
reason for that was the testosterone boost I get from it, the cleansing my body gets from it, and also mental stability. It gives me discipline. I didn't
Mhm.
think I could ever do it. I actually used to not believe that, for example, my Muslim friends could do it. I didn't believe that they would or I would ever be able to do it. But when you put your mind to something, you can do anything. And I truly do believe that. And in terms of that's fitness, that's health. In terms of faith, I've gotten in touch with my faith again. I'm a Christian Orthodox Christian. And I pray every day now. I read a page of the Bible every time before I go to bed. And I don't necessarily pray for myself. I pray for others, as in my loved ones and the people that I truly care about. Now, I think that people should really be getting back in touch with Christ and God because Christianity is getting a little bit out of hand at the moment.
Mhm.
So that's definitely something that's changed my life. And in terms of discipline now, I wake up every morning at 4 o'clock. I go and train at a gym for an hour, and then from there, I start my working day, and I don't stop till about 9, 10 o'clock.
Wow. Okay. And the emotional stability you have now, was that something instilled in you by your father or something you've developed more over the past year from trading and investing?
It's definitely something that was instilled in me, but not to this extent. I've honed my skills in all aspects of my life thanks to Andrew Tate, Tristan Tate, and every single person in Hustlers University. I have changed astronomically in not even a year.
What do the people around you say about the changes within you? Because clearly they
That's
would have
the
noticed, right?
that's debatable. A lot of people don't like the changes. Uh, a lot of people don't like the person I'm becoming, and a lot of people actually say I'm too obsessed or I think too large. And to those people, I say they think too small. They don't understand the sense of urgency, and they also can't foresee the future of what's happening, and they can't see their own potential. They're just small minded.
What do you think is limiting them and their beliefs?
It's their belief. It's their faith. They don't have faith in themselves because they are too busy looking at other people's lives and not worrying about theirs.
Cool. And you mentioned if I understood correctly, the community aspect within Hustlers University had a big impact on you. Could you explain that some more?
In terms of community, there's always someone there that will reply to your message or your query. Always. Whether you wait 5, 10, an hour, someone will reply and someone will give you some advice. And in regards to the professors themselves, people don't understand that there are actual millionaires here teaching you the best possible and up to date methods of how to make money. Now, I'll be completely honest, I do enjoy finance. It's what interests me most. And does that mean that I couldn't use the skills learned in business mastery or copywriting? No. I built a business from nothing and it revenued and still is revenuing some sort of money. that taught me valuable lessons. That taught me how to start up a business. That taught me how to do sales. That taught me how to speak to clients. I already had some of that from my own job and being taught that from my father, but also it. I haven't spoken to so many people in my life compared to the past, not even year, because I've decided to put myself out there. My social media is the same. I've never posted this much in my life, but I post things not for myself and not for a following. I post things for people to see and to help them. For example, I've had people that I used to go to school with message me. I've had people in hospital message me and say, thank you for posting what you post because it gave me a drive, it gave me something to keep going. For me, that means more than any dollar I make because I'm actually influencing somebody else's life for the better.
Mhm.
And I'm not trying to get followers. I don't care about the followers in terms of the count. I care about the people that follow me, yes, and I want to help them, but the count means nothing.
Right. And going back to what you said about people, about you and your vision and how big of a vision you have for the future, what would you say then for where do you see your life heading in the short term, medium term, long term?
Ah, I've been saying this ever since I was a child. I will be a millionaire. It's just inevitable because I believe what Andrew states all the time. It's one of his key principles. Someone who relentlessly just doesn't give up and keeps going no matter what happens will get there in the end. No one ever fails by continuing to try. You may not get there in the period of time that you like, but you will eventually get there. Justin Waller is another person who states that. He was meant to be a millionaire by the time he was 30, but he got there at 33. So inevitably, I will get there. It's
Mhm.
just a matter of time. And time is something that I can't control.
Okay, fair enough. So you wouldn't break it down into segments of short, medium, long term in terms of future plans?
Oh, well, look, it depends what the markets do in the next year to 2 years. If I'm looking in the bullish case, I will be a millionaire in the next 3 years. Bearish
Okay.
case, I'll be worth 500,000 to 700,000 or 600. Bearish case.
Mhm. So currently, main objective is getting to a million, and then from there you'll see what you'll do next. Obviously, still involving increasing finances, but are you postponing other goals until you've reached that mark?
I postponed my whole life. I I could go out and buy a car. I could go out and buy watches. I could go and buy designer. That's not what I want. I want my freedom. I want my time, and I want to spend time with the people I love. Now, that's not going to say that I don't spend money. I do, but on different things. So, for example, I'll take my family out to a dinner. I took my mum out to dinner last week. I'll buy my family members whatever they want and whatever they need. And I actually spend more money on them than I do myself. So that's my thing is my parents are getting to an age where I need to start looking after them. And my thing is I need my freedom to be able to do that.
Mhm.
Working a job isn't going to do that for me, but my capital and what I know in finance will do that for me.
Right. Okay. Completely fair. And in terms of questions, that's pretty much everything. So we can wrap up with for people who are unsure about joining Hustlers University because they're thinking it could be a scam for $50. What advice would you have to them?
If it was to be something short and sweet, it would be this. when you have over tens of thousands of people, let's say not even, even if you have more than 5 or 10 people who have successfully succeeded in doing something, surely there has to be some sort of value there. So why would you not at least try? If you don't try, you'll never know. So why try a new chocolate bar? Why try to see a new movie? Why not try to better yourself for once in your life?
Very well said. And for people who want to find out more about you or contact you, where can they do so?
They can contact me on my Instagram page, which is Kozzychron, so Kozzychron, or my website, which is envisionmarketingconsultants.com.
Cool. So those links will be in the description of the video. Anyone interested can check that. And yeah, Cosmos, thank you for coming on and sharing your story. Interesting to hear your future plans and the urgency you feel, which is completely justified in first getting your finances sorted before doing everything else in life. Good to hear that you have at least some people around you as well who are like-minded and on a similar path you can start a business with. That's very rare in the world. So yeah,
It
that's
is.
and I clearly you cherish that as well. So very cool. And congratulations so far on your endeavors. Getting you're seeing just how much you can scale and already projecting things to next few years becoming a millionaire. So again, have a good vision there. Seems you're yeah, very solid trajectory. And we can do a follow up in future. Maybe to document your progress once you have some substantial things to report on. Who knows? Maybe you'll reach millionaire even sooner. And then we'll have an interview there as well.
Look,
Yeah.
I it's funny you say that because I remember Tristan Tate posting a video saying, "You make $1 million in cash and prove it to me," and that's when I believe you have made it somewhere. So
Mm,
I've had that in my mind ever since watching that video,
mm,
and I nearly, I will be honest, I hit about half that in 2021, and I've been reinvesting ever since. So we'll see what happens in the next year.
all right. Exactly. Okay. So Cosmos, wish you all the best for future and
Thank
look
you very
forward
much.
to the follow up interview whenever that happens.
Hopefully, it happens sooner than later.